about sauna too? I mean, sweating has been
Yep.
proven to help excrete so many things. I'll tell you, I had a lady that was in her 70s. We ran a chemical profile test on her. This lady's test was so clean. I was almost in disbelief because I've seen 5 and 6 year old children that are just off the charts with chemicals. And then we have this lady in her 70s who you think just lived through all sorts of different eras of, toxicity. And man, I tell you, her chemical test was as clean as a whistle. I said, "What are you doing?" And she was in a sauna 3 to 4 times a week for half an hour. I said, "Wow." I said, "You are living proof that the sauna works and that sweating is an incredible detox pathway."
And I see a lot of women too. They're like, "Oh man, I'm pregnant. Like, what's the best way to detoxify when I'm pregnant?" I'm like, well, number one, we don't want to really push any detoxification. The only thing I may gently recommend is maybe a little bit of a kind of a natural fiber, eating organic, drinking lots of water, and maybe a little bit of an infrared sauna. But you have to shower right afterwards just because you don't want to move toxins to the skin and then have them reabsorb back in. So you want to make sure you use a good 10% sulfur soap, break up that film of toxin on your skin so it flushes off your skin. So would you agree that potentially doing a little bit of sauna therapy, as long as you're not depleting yourself, dehydrated, is probably one of the more safer, gentle ways to detoxify if you are pregnant?
I guess it depends on temperature. Like I'm not going to put a lady in like 180, like a hot rock
Oh
one.
yeah,
I think an
it'd
infrared
be
one.
infrared where it's lower temperature.
Yeah, I think if you're probably at like 125 degrees or something that's somewhat natural that you could experience on the planet, I think would be no problem. The chlorella should be no problem too. We've
It
actually
stays in the
talked.
gut. It stays in the gut. You're probably okay. I mean, chlorella, some kind of a gentle, more food-based binder is probably okay. I mean, if you're gonna do some kind of a sauna and you're pregnant, one, make sure you're hydrated, make sure you have minerals. Start with like 3 or 4 or 5 minutes, and then just kind of add like a minute or two every time so you don't overdo it. I'd always rather know you go in at a lower level where you're confident you can handle it, and then gently nudge it up, and then just make sure you shower right afterwards. It's probably the only detoxification means that I would really push outside of a gentle binder that's food based for my pregnant females. Any
Yeah,
feedback on that? Would you agree?
I would say I don't see a problem with charcoal and
Yep. The
chlorella during
binder.
pregnancy because
Yep.
you have to kind of weigh the the pros and the cons, right? And we know that, for example, these toxins go through the placenta. We know they go through breast milk. So here you are willingly letting these toxins go through to the unborn baby when you could simply use a gentle binder to try to mitigate some of that or even detox that. There's actually been some crazy stuff being done behind the scenes. I won't go into too much detail because I don't think it's published yet, but showing that these micronized chlorella molecules can literally detox the baby before the baby's even born. So you can actually have a baby come out cleaner than it would have been chemical wise by being detoxed throughout the pregnancy by the transfer of the chlorella from mom to baby. And then, of course, once the baby's born, through the breast milk, also there is some transfer of chlorella. So there's some crazy, crazy stuff coming out on that, but too soon to say exactly.
Very cool. I like that.